Let's face it, self-doubt is that annoying little voice in your head saying, you're not good enough, or you're going to fail. And the worst part, you start to believe it. But what if I told you there's a simple 1-minute trick that can shut that voice up for good? Sounds crazy, right? Stick with me. I'll show you exactly how it works. Self-doubt is sneaky. It creeps in when you're about to try something new, take a risk, or step out of your comfort zone. Instead of acting, you start overthinking. And before you know it, you've talked yourself out of it. Here's the truth. Self-doubt isn't real. It's just your brain trying to protect you by avoiding failure. But avoiding failure also means avoiding success. If you keep letting it win, you'll never grow. Here's what you need to do. When that voice of self-doubt shows up, name it and reframe it. Ask yourself 2 questions. What's the worst that could happen? And what's one small step I can take right now to prove this voice wrong? That's it. This process takes less than a minute, but it stops self-doubt in its tracks. Let's say you're doubting yourself before speaking up in a meeting. Just commit to saying one sentence, even if it's something simple like, I agree with that point. You'll realize the fear wasn't real. It was just in your head. And that tiny action, it's enough to break self-doubt's hold on you. This isn't just some motivational pep talk. This is backed by science. When you take action, even something small, your brain releases dopamine, the chemical that makes you feel confident. Think of it this way. Every time you push through self-doubt and take a small step, you're rewiring your brain. You're teaching it to expect success instead of fear. And remember, confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up and trying, even when you feel unsure. The best part? This hack doesn't just help you in one moment, it builds momentum. Each small win makes it easier to take the next step. And before you know it, self-doubt won't have the same power over you. Imagine this. The person you want to be, the confident, fearless version of you, is on the other side of that first step. The more you act, the closer you get to becoming that person. So here's my challenge for you. What's one thing you've been avoiding because of self-doubt? Maybe it's sending that email, starting that project, or having that conversation. Take a deep breath and just do it. Because here's the thing. Confidence doesn't magically appear. It's something you build by taking action, one small step at a time. And if this resonated with you, hit subscribe and join me on this journey of overcoming self-doubt and becoming your best self.